Chapter 701. Well, that might be true for the accomplice, but you seem unfamiliar with awakeners. Idris stepped closer to the body, lifting a hand marked with thin black scars resembling burns from lightning. While the knights, more accustomed to dealing with corpses, frowned in unison, Kishir, the cavalry members, Sons, and Ammon remained comparatively composed. Awakeners with more than one ability are nearly non-existent. Even if they do exist, escaping the notice of myself, our commander, or our comrades in the cavalry is almost impossible, especially with such a powerful and conspicuous ability. Hard to conceal, you say. Why, can't they just choose not to use it? A knight sharply questioned, his tone laced with incredulity. Either calmly responded, the nature of an awakener's power makes it far more challenging to suppress than to use. This was a truth difficult to grasp for those non-awakeners. However, the awakeners present all shared understanding looks. Once awakened, their power often manifested involuntarily even at unwanted times. This held true for those whose bodies had undergone transformation and those with minimal abilities, like moving a mere droplet of water. Learning to control their power was crucial, often prioritized over mastering its use or application. It was a major focus of the cavalry's continuous training. Could a gushing spring, once breached, be entirely sealed with just a human hand? Certainly not. Thus, an awakener's prowess was often less about the raw strength of their power and more about the finesse in its control. This was why Yidde particularly esteemed the power control of Everbeck. Completely concealing a power once possessed is an exceedingly difficult task, and the stronger the ability, the harder to control, he explained. The numerous wounds marring the body of the second prince attested to this. The awakener who inflicted them was clearly not skilled in controlling their power. The perpetrators didn't intentionally leave such severe wounds. They were incapable of using their power in any other way, Yidde surmised. A display of power uncontrolled and indiscriminate, likely instilling greater terror in onlookers. There seemed to be no perceived need for restraint, but there was a distinct difference between choosing to unleash such an attack and being limited to only that method, and Yidde was perhaps the best person to discern the difference. But I have heard rumors that there are those in the cavalry who can use multiple powers, even selectively choosing which to wield. If such a person exists, couldn't this scenario be possible? Inquired a knight who had been guarding the area where the corpse lay. Unaware of Yidde's identity, he seemed to regard him as just another cavalry member who stepped forward first. With Commander Kishir standing guard in the background, the knight restrained from openly provoking conflict, instead choosing to express opposition to Yidde's statements, perhaps as a way to mask his disdain towards the awakeners. When speaking such words, one might do well to consider that the person before them could be the very subject of the rumors they reference. Despite the news of Kishir's appearance in Charloin presumably having reached them after that of Yidde, the way they are acting indicated a blatant disregard for the cavalry. Yidde, gazing intently, was backed by Sons, Ammon, and the rest of the cavalry comrades, all clenching their teeth and tensing their stomachs, making odd expressions. Their reason dictated that it was inappropriate to burst into laughter in the grave situation of inspecting a corpse. Yidde spoke with an impassive face. It seems that I am the person you speak of, but to be honest, there is likely no one else quite like me. Really? The knight's retort sounded incredulous and arrogant, yet Yidde's cold eyes carried a peculiar commanding presence that drugged no contradiction. In the brief silence that followed the knight's loss for words, Kishir, chuckling softly, joined the conversation. That's true. My assistant, Baron Yidde can freely manipulate all powers of nature, and he is more knowledgeable than anyone about other awakener powers. I won't deny the possibility that there might be another such individual in the world, but, well... He tilted his head with a natural smile, genuinely pondering. If there were another such individual in the world, their shining talent would have stood out like the sun, immediately catching everyone's eye. What does everyone think? Exactly as the commander says, if there were even one more person like Yether, how could ordinary people like us even dare to join, fearing their presence? Not a single one of the 48 soldiers in our Awakener brigade, all Awakeners, possess two powers. Even within the cavalry, where over 300 of the Empire's most capable Awakeners are gathered, those with more than two powers are exceedingly rare. Baron Ale can freely control four elements, not to mention his proficiency in weaponry and physical combat. Assuming such cases are common would hardly aid our investigation, added Kurga, the head of the southern branch. His heavy sarcasm, followed by a serious comment from Suns, who intentionally emphasized Baron Ale. His friend Emon also casually added his opinion. To be honest, your words sound no different than comparing a swordmaster to a regular knight. If you believe that someone in the cavalry who possesses and can effortlessly conceal more than two immense powers is the culprit, then you might as well directly accuse Baron Ale. Oh, is that what you mean? So you're suggesting that as his superior, I ordered my assistant to murder the second prince? Absolutely not. The knight hastily protested as Kishir responded as if the thought had never crossed his mind. The situation was rapidly devolving, threatening to wrongfully accuse Duke Paleta without any evidence based on a mere slip of the tongue. The knight's face turned ashen, prompting his comrades to step in. He's merely unfamiliar with Awakeners and made a mistake out of concern. It surely wasn't his intention. Please forgive him generously. Kishir listened to the knight's sweaty, frantic excuses for a long while before bursting into laughter as if he were a carefree, irresponsible young man. All right. If you say it's not the case, then it must be so. ... However, before the knights could fully relax, Kishir, still smiling, added, I almost thought the Horny family had concluded that I was responsible for the second prince's death. Be careful with your words. My body is very frail, you see, especially my heart. So frail that too much shock could make me faint. The knights of the Horny family shifted their gaze to Kishir, who stood a head taller and with broader shoulders than them. Regardless of their scrutiny, Kishir simply continued to smile. The smile no longer felt light or insignificant to the knights. Just where does his sincerity end and just begin? It's impossible to tell. Ever since he became the master of the divine sword, has he changed? We mustn't underestimate the cavalry. Speaking carelessly could lead to trouble. After Kishir's words, the knights refrained from further unnecessary disputes or questioning Yudhir's judgment. In the now more somber atmosphere, Yudhir was able to comfortably and swiftly complete his examination of the body. The second prince was likely attacked by at least two Awakeners, one with lightning abilities and the other possessing the power to greatly enhance physical strength. It appears that all the wounds were inflicted before death. That's my observation. For the rest, I would like to request Captain Suns here to take over. Understood. Suns, upon being nominated by Yudhir, stepped forward with a tense expression. A faint mirage-like power shimmered in his eyes. Do you see anything unusual? There is something in the second prince's stomach. Please give me a moment.